Claire stood beside her husband's coffin, staring at two empty seats in the front row. Those seats were for her parents. The funeral was starting in 5 minutes. Every time the church door opened, Claire looked up. She kept hoping to see her mother and father walking inside. She told herself they were late. Maybe traffic was bad. Maybe something had happened. Then her phone vibrated. A photo appeared on the screen. Claire stopped breathing. Her mother and father were standing beside a huge birthday cake. Her younger sister, Vanessa, was between them, wearing a bright red dress. All three were smiling. Claire looked at the time. The photo had been taken 10 minutes ago. Her husband's funeral had not even started, and her parents were already celebrating Vanessa's 30th birthday. Then another message arrived. It was from her mother. Your sister only turns 30 once. Daniel is already gone. Claire read the words twice. She did not cry. She did not reply. She simply saved a message and put her phone away. Behind her, the church became quiet. The music started. Claire turned toward Daniel's coffin and placed one hand on the cold wood. After the funeral, she returned home alone. The house felt empty without Daniel's voice. Claire sat beside his desk and noticed something she had never seen before. A sealed brown envelope was hidden under a folder. Her parents' names were written across the front. Before she could open it, her phone rang. Her father, Claire, answered. He did not ask about the funeral. He did not say sorry. Instead, he said, Claire, we need you to make one phone call before Monday morning. If you don't, this family could lose everything. Claire looked at the sealed envelope. Then she slowly whispered, You should have come to his funeral. For 3 seconds, Claire heard nothing from the other side. Then her father cleared his throat. This is not the time to be emotional, he said. Claire almost laughed. Her husband had been buried less than 2 hours ago, and her father was telling her not to be emotional. What call? She asked quietly. Her father explained that the family business had a major bank deal waiting for approval. Daniel had helped arrange the deal 2 years earlier, when the company was close to failure. But there was one problem. After Daniel's death, Claire was now the only person who could approve the final agreement. You just need to call the bank, her father said. Tell them you agree. It will take 5 minutes. Claire looked at the unopened envelope. And if I don't? Her father became silent. Then he said, We could lose everything. Claire ended the call. Within 10 minutes, Vanessa called her. You are not really going to punish Mom and Dad over the funeral, are you? She asked. Claire stared at the birthday photo, still glowing on her phone. You knew they were supposed to be with me. Vanessa sighed. Daniel was already dead. Claire, my birthday was happening now. Claire ended that call too. Then she returned to Daniel's desk. Her hand shook as she opened the brown envelope. Inside were bank papers, printed emails, and copies of old money transfers. Claire did not understand at first. Then she saw her own name. Large amounts of money had been moved from an account created for her by her grandfather. Every payment went to the family business. Others went directly to Vanessa. At the bottom was a short note in Daniel's handwriting. Claire read it once. Then again. They will ask you to save them. Before you do, find out what they stole from you. Claire slowly picked up her phone. She had one call to make, but it was not to the bank. Claire did not call the bank. She called the number written on the back of Daniel's note. A man answered after 2 rings. Claire, he asked. She froze. How do you know my name? My name is Robert Hale. I was Daniel's lawyer. Claire looked at the papers spread across the desk. Robert asked her to check the bottom drawer. Inside, she found a small black drive and a key. Daniel knew you might need them. Robert said. Claire's heart began to beat faster. For the next hour, Robert explained everything. When Claire was 19, her grandfather had left money for her future. Her parents were supposed to protect it until she was 25. Instead, they slowly took it. Some money saved the family business, but thousands more paid Vanessa's debts, apartment, car, and expensive trips. Daniel discovered the truth 3 years ago. He confronted Claire's parents. That was when they started telling everyone that Daniel was controlling Claire. Claire closed her eyes. Suddenly, years of cold dinners and cruel comments made sense. Why didn't Daniel tell me? She asked. He wanted proof first, Robert replied. and he was still collecting it when he became sick. Claire inserted the black drive into Daniel's laptop. There were emails, bank records, and one audio file. Her hand stopped over the mouse. The file was dated 6 days before Daniel died. She pressed play. Daniel's weak voice filled the quiet room. "Claire, if you're hearing this, I am sorry I could not finish this with you." Tears filled her eyes. Then Daniel said something that changed everything. "Your parents will ask you to save the business. Do not answer until you know why they really need your signature." Claire looked at the clock. Monday morning was only 2 days away. Then her phone rang again. This time, it was the bank manager. Claire stared at the bank manager's name on her screen. She answered, "Mrs. Carter." The man said, "I need to speak with you before Monday." Claire sat down slowly. "About my parents' business?" There was a pause. "Yes, but there is something they did not tell you." The bank manager explained that Daniel had placed a special condition in the agreement 2 years earlier. If anything happened to him, the final decision would pass to Claire. Her signature could save the company, but it could also expose every old transaction connected to it. Claire finally understood. Her parents did not need her help. They needed her silence. On Monday morning, Claire entered the bank alone. Her parents were already waiting inside with Vanessa. Her mother rushed toward her. "Thank God. Just sign the papers." Claire looked at them calmly. No one asked how she had slept. No one mentioned Daniel. Vanessa only checked her watch. Claire sat across from the bank manager. Her father pushed a pen toward her. "Sign." Claire did not touch it. Instead, she took out her phone and called Robert. "I'm ready," she said. Her father's face changed. "Ready for what?" Claire looked directly at him. "To open every account." The room went silent. The bank manager closed the agreement and replaced it with another file. Claire's mother stood up. "You don't understand what you're doing." Claire finally looked at her. "I understand exactly what I'm doing." Within minutes, the business accounts were frozen for a full review. The deal was stopped. Old transfers were opened. Vanessa began crying. Her father shouted. Then her mother whispered, "We are your family." Claire stood up. "Daniel was my family, too." She picked up her bag. "You chose a birthday cake over his funeral." As Claire reached the door, the bank manager called her name. "There's one more account you need to see." Claire turned around. It was in her name. Claire slowly returned to the table. The bank manager turned his screen toward her. The account had been opened 12 years earlier, in Claire's name, but she had never seen it before. Her father suddenly stood up. "This meeting is over." The bank manager ignored him. More than $200,000 had passed through the account. Loans had been taken using Claire's name. Payments had gone to the family business, Vanessa's apartment, and even her birthday party. Claire stared at her sister. "My birthday," Vanessa whispered. The manager nodded. The expensive hall, the food, the decorations. Everything had been paid with money connected to Claire. The same party her parents had chosen over Daniel's funeral. Claire's mother began to cry. "We were going to fix it." "When?" Claire asked quietly. No one answered. By the end of the week, the family business lost its deal. The bank began a full investigation. Vanessa's car was taken back, and her apartment was placed under review. Then the birthday photos spread through the family. Claire's parents had told relatives they missed Daniel's funeral because her father was sick. The pictures proved they had lied. 3 days later, they came to Claire's house. Her mother looked tired. Her father looked angry. "We need you to stop this," he said. Claire stayed near the door. Then her father made his final mistake. "Daniel filled your head with lies." Claire's face became still. She walked to the table and returned with copies of Daniel's evidence. "He knew everything," she said. Her father looked at the first page. All the anger disappeared from his face. At the bottom was Daniel's signature, and beside it was another name, a name Claire knew very well. Her mother dropped the papers. Claire looked at her. Why did Daniel meet Vanessa 2 weeks before he died? Vanessa's face became white. Claire looked at her sister. "Why did you meet Daniel?" For the first time, Vanessa had no answer. Then she began to cry. 2 weeks before Daniel died, Vanessa had visited him at the hospital. She had discovered what their parents had done years earlier. She wanted to tell Claire, but she was afraid. Daniel asked me to sign a statement, Vanessa whispered. He said the truth had to come from all of us. Claire looked at the second signature. It was Vanessa's. Her parents had used both daughters for years. They gave Vanessa everything, then secretly made Claire pay for it. The birthday party had been their final mistake. Vanessa turned toward her parents. "You knew Daniel was dying," she said, "and you still made me believe my party was more important." Their mother tried to speak. Neither daughter listened. Months passed. The family business was sold to pay its debts. Claire's name was cleared, and part of her stolen money was returned. Vanessa sold her expensive things and moved into a small apartment. For the first time, she began living without her parents' money. Claire used part of what she recovered to start a small fund in Daniel's name. It helped families who could not afford funeral costs. On their wedding anniversary, Claire visited Daniel's grave. She placed white flowers beside his name. Her phone rang. It was her mother. Claire watched the screen until the call stopped. Then she turned the phone face down. At Daniel's funeral, 2 seats had stayed empty. For months, Claire thought those empty seats showed how little her parents loved her. Now she understood something different. The seats had shown her exactly who deserved a place in her life. Claire touched Daniel's name one last time and walked away. Her parents thought one phone call had ruined them. But the truth was simpler. They had ruined themselves long before Claire ever answered the phone.